Hey, what's up everybody? Gambling Guy here, and in this video, I'm actually reviewing Triple Diamond, which is a slot game that's available in a lot of different online casinos. My favorite place to personally play it is BetMGM. By the way, guys, if you don't have a BetMGM account, you can sign up for one and get a killer sign-up bonus by using the link down below in the video description. The sign-up bonus is really exclusive for US players, but if you're not based in the US, I have a little description down there of the different, they vary, but depending on where you are, the different sign-up bonuses that are available to you depending on what country and region you're in. So no matter where you are, there's something for you. So don't feel left out if you're not in the US, but little side note there. And again, that's only if you don't have an account with BetMGM already. You can use that link to your advantage. Now, moving on, let's talk about the slot. Now, Triple Diamond, the actual game, launched in, I think, October of 2015. So it's been around for a while. It got really popular really fast, and now it's available at so many casinos, it's not even funny. The first thing I'll say is the design of the game is beautiful. It kind of has a classic slot design to it, but it's got really great colors. The gameplay is incredible. It actually was designed by IGT, and IGT stands for International Game Technology, which they're actually a multinational gambling company that produces not only slot games, but also other different types of like gambling technology. Some other really popular games designed by IGT are Western Bells, 100 Pandas, super fun game, and Crown of Egypt. Now, as far as the gameplay itself, it's a classic slots game in that you're trying to obviously match up across the board, different things. There's 9 lines as well that you can bet on. So there's a lot of different variations and ways to win. I think the highest bet I ever placed, I forget how many exactly per line it was, but I chose all 9 lines and the total bet was $450. I didn't end up hitting anything on that spin. I was so pissed, but just to give you an idea about how crazy you can really get with your bets and the different ways you can win. And also, when you're playing the game, the Triple Diamond symbol acts as 2 different things. It acts as an enhancer to your win. So whatever win you get, as long as you kind of make contact with the Triple Diamond symbol, you'll have your win enhanced. And it also acts as like a joker or a wild card. So if you have, for example, let's say Triple Diamond, bar, bar, or double bar, that will treat that as a win for like, bars across the board, if that makes sense. Something else that's really important to note if you're gonna play this game is the RTP, or what's otherwise known as the return to player variance, right? So the variance or the volatility, 2 different, interchangeable words, just basically means like how the game is designed to give players wins. So for example, a high volatility slots game, what that basically means is there are very rarely small wins given, and very rarely, maybe less rarely so, but still kind of, medium rarely are medium wins given. But when you win big. So those are really when you're gonna go into a slot game with a high budget, you can afford to go like, several spins without winning jack. You're not gonna lose your cool. You're playing a high risk game with the understanding that when you hit, you're gonna hit big. Now, Triple Diamond is not like that. Triple Diamond, the variance or volatility is like about at a medium, which for me personally, I go really big on other games like roulette, stuff like that. I'll bet hard, I'll bet big. Once in a while, I'll bet big on slots, but it's rare. I prefer sort of a medium variance when I play slots because you get the satisfaction of wins more often. Are they going to be huge? Not all the time, but they're still medium wins kind of intermixed with small wins. So yeah, you'll win $2, $8, but you'll also win $40, $80, 120. Anything beyond that, you're looking at like more high volatility win, which you're just not going to get playing Triple Diamond. So again, if you're not really that high risk player, you really rather get your serotonin hits a bit more often with some medium, wins. Triple Diamond's an amazing game to play. And look, just to take it a step further and give you a bit of an anecdotal example of how this volatility works, I have played Triple Diamond side by side, just online, just with friends, actually just to test it out. Obviously with very different styles, different impulsivity, preferences between my friends and I. And for the most part, what I will tell you is an hour of playing, unless you're gonna play super aggressively and bet extremely high amounts of money and choose a high amount of lines, 6 lines, 7 lines, 8 lines, 9 lines, each spin, you can pretty much play for an hour and expect to like either be a little ahead of what you started with or a little behind. You kind of like end up breaking even. It's just that kind of a game. Eventually, if you don't hit like a couple of decent wins, you might get impatient, increase your bets, and then you might end up losing. The house always wins, they say, right? But again, that's just to give you an anecdotal idea. Like an hour of conservative to moderate play, you just kind of end up breaking even with a little, maybe $40 more, $40 less, something like that. So in conclusion, guys, you're not gonna play Triple Diamond and hit some win that's gonna be your down payment on your next home, but you're also not gonna walk away with like some, mind-numbing loss either. At least that's never happened to me. It's a great game to play. You can play it for a long time and just have a lot of fun. You can get lucky and like bet really high and just trigger that right when your win is due, which is kind of how the only way you're gonna really win like a big amount of money with Triple Diamond. It's just a great game. I love it. Again, it's available in so many different online casinos. My favorite is BetMGM. And again, just in wrapping up this review, guys, if you want to create an account for BetMGM, down below is your ticket to getting the best sign up link. Again, just remember what I said at the beginning of the video with the variances being, just the variations in what the sign up bonus is gonna offer depending on whether you're based in the US or outside of the US. All the details also will be described down below as well. So you're not gonna be, it's not gonna be surprise city. You're gonna know what's coming to you when you sign up. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If there's anything about Triple Diamond that I didn't talk about in this review, some questions about the gameplay, maybe you want some more in detailed examples of how I've won and lost, whatever, drop your question or your comment in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this one in the future. And until the next time, the gambling guy is peacing out.